Okay. Alright, this should be recording. Hi guys. So, it's been a long time since I tried to do a Booktube video. So, a lot has just been going on since last summer. So, the last video I did was probably August last summer. And in September, we figured out that we would be moving. So, September, October, November was all just a whirlwind of moving, and then we were into the school year by that point, and I honestly just kind of fell off the bandwagon as far as making videos. But it's something I would like to get better at. It's something I would like to continue trying to do. So I'm trying to get back at it now that the school year's over, and I feel like I can kind of get a handle on my life again. So hopefully my hope is I can get a little bit better about doing these videos over the summer, and then I will be able to get back into it and keep the momentum going into the fall. But that is what's been going on with me and why I haven't made a Booktube video in so long. But in this video I thought I would just give you a little bit of update about bookish things in my life, and also talk about my June TBR. So that's my plan. Okay. Things that have been happening since last summer as far as book reading goes. I ended up joining a couple book clubs. So one is just a book club I joined with a friend's family, and we've been reading more recent books. And then a different one, I actually kind of got going with a group of friends. We all wanted to read more classics, some of the classics that we've missed somehow along the way, or ones that we wouldn't mind reading again. And then, so we've been reading different classics. So that one's been going for a couple months now. That's kind of the bookish news that's happening with me. And then I was also going to tell you guys a little story about what happened to us at the library today, because it relates to my TBR. So we were at the library today. I was picking up some holds, and my kids were picking out books or whatever, and we were about to go check out, and then all of a sudden the fire alarm started going off, and like my kids were confused, I was confused. We were on our way to check out the books, but we just went straight out the door because the fire alarm was going off and everybody was leaving the building. So we were outside in the parking lot waiting for a while. The fire truck came. They couldn't get the alarm to go off. I don't know if there was actually a fire or an emergency or anything, or if it just was a test, because everybody seemed kind of confused. But I finally, when my kids were getting cold and kind of like nervous about if there was an actual fire in the library, so I just thought I'd go put them in my car. So I was walking away with my bag of books and past the library, and I'm like, I'll be back to check these out. I just have to get my kids in the car for now. And she's like, oh, it's okay, you can go. Just, bring them back when you're done. We trust you. So I just left with a bag full of books that I didn't actually check out from the library, but they told me to. But anyway, so I have a couple of books that have definitely bumped up on my TBR now since I took them from the library and didn't actually check them out. I feel like a responsibility now to get them back to the library quickly. So that was kind of a weird book thing that happened today. Let's talk about my June TBR. So I am not great at making TBRs because I am kind of probably the worst mood reader you've ever met. Usually what happens is I end up starting a book, I get like a few chapters into it, and then I get distracted by other new shiny books, and I end up picking a different book. So it's very rare that I don't have like 10 books going at the same time, which is pretty terrible and something I would like to get better at not doing. But for that reason, I'm pretty bad at making monthly TBRs because I just never know what's gonna like catch my fancy. But I'm gonna try this month and see if I can stick to my TBR, or at least get through the books that I said I was gonna try to get to in June. And if it doesn't go well, maybe I just won't do TBR videos, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, this is what I plan to read in June. So first, I plan to finish The Clockmaker's Daughter. It's by Morton. She I've read several other books by her, well, I guess only two, feels like several, two other books from her, which I really enjoyed, and this one's definitely different, and I heard that before I picked it up, but it's a little different even than I expected. This one kind of has a ghost storyline in it, like narration by a ghost in one of the storylines, which is, not really my thing. So it's probably not something I would pick up, except that we did decide to read it for a book club, and it was Morton, which I like her books normally. But yeah, that's been a little bit different. So I'm not sure like if I'm going to love the way it turns out or not, but I will let you know. Another one I'm hoping to read is Lord of the Flies by William Golding. I think it's the author of that, yeah. A friend and I decided we were going to read this together. This is actually not part of the classics book club that I have going with a couple of my friends, but it's one a different friend and I are hoping to read together. So she has not read it in a really long time. I've never read it, even though I have a pretty good idea of what the story's about, but I'm really curious to read it for myself and see what I think about it. One of the books I requested to review is It's a Love Story by Lindsey, which apparently she's a blogger, but I have not read her blog, so I don't really know that much about her, but I've read a few chapters of the book so far, and it is funny. So I might have to start reading her blog after finishing her book, but I have high hopes for how that one turns out. And the other one I requested was Mama Bear Apologetics by Robyn Lopez, which I just kind of popped up on NetGalley when I was browsing, and it looked really interesting, and it's something I'm kind of interested in right now, so I thought, well, I'll try that one out. I have high hopes for it, so I will let you know what I think about it. Okay, two of the books that are on my TBR are because of the library debacle today. So one of them is How Not to Die Alone by Richard Roeper, which I've had on hold for a few months. And then it was one of the holds that I picked up today and didn't actually check out from the library. But the hold list at the library is still really long. So I feel a responsibility to read this one quick and get it back to my library because there are people waiting to read it. So it's, I think, just like a chick lit love story type of book. I don't know if I will like it or not, because usually those books are kind of hit or miss for me. And the other one I picked up that I had on hold was Hope and Other Punchlines by Buxbaum, which was in Anne Bogle's Summer Reading Guide, which if you were on Booktube, I'm sure you know who Anne Bogle is. But this one has to do with a couple of victims of 9/11 or victims' families from 9/11, and I think something in the storyline has to do with how they handle that tragedy or the emotional things they're dealing with related to their loss, something like that. So we'll see how it goes. It's YA, and I think it was not supposed to be completely heavy, but also have a little lightness to it. I might be wrong on that. But I will be trying to get through this because my library wants it back, so I will let you know what I think about that one. And the final one that I'm going to try to read in June, which I really think I will get to, is The River by Peter Heller, and it was also on Anne Bogle's Summer Reading Guide, and it was like her #1 pick. And then I read the description, and I'm like, I can see why that might be good, because it's like a survival story, which I'm really into right now. So I have high hopes for how that one's going to turn out. And I will let you know my thoughts on it once I finish it. As far as my YouTube channel goes, it's going to be mostly book videos, but probably there will be a few other videos sprinkled in, maybe videos about having a large family or videos about being a homeschool mom, because I do homeschool my kids, which is why now I have more time to do these videos, hopefully, because we are out for the summer. But there will be a few of those sprinkled in, but probably I think will still be heavier on the bookish side. So if you see some videos from my channel pop up that are not book related and you're here for the books, just know that probably most of the videos will be book related, but I might sprinkle some other stuff in there too. Anyway, that's all I have to say. So I guess I'm going to close this out. Hopefully that makes sense. Sorry, Booktube, that I dropped you for so many months, and I'm going to try to do better in the summer here, because it's something I actually would like to do, is create more videos and get a little bit better at expressing my thoughts in a video format. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. But anyway, I hope you all are having a good start to the summer. I tried to wear this shirt so I get the summery vibes, but it's actually like snowing outside right now on May 28th, so that's really depressing, right? Anyway, hopefully it'll warm up soon, and I hope you are having a better start to the summer than the weather here. Anyway, okay, I'm done. Bye.